The country is out of danger of debt distress, saying that his policies to cut spending and raise revenue have started to pay off, terming them as the only way and means of escape for the nation. The president, while addressing the nation during the 60th Jamhuri Day celebrations at Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi, defended his economic reform agenda, saying that inflation has dropped and the country's gross domestic product growth is on an upward path. Apollo Kamau reports on a statement that will raise questions given the recent and current projections by the National Treasury and other crucial state agencies on the performance of this very economy.
On a week, the nation has been fed with grim economic realities amid questions on who is fooling who. President William Ruto, during the nation's 60th Jamhuri Day celebrations, chose a message of hope to an expectant nation waiting to hear a messianic message and one that will be subjected to hard questions. The president says the country is out of the danger of debt distress without saying how much the country has paid to clear its external and internal debts, including the much-touted Eurobond, whose failure to clear puts the country's credibility at risk.
We have had to cut back significantly on expenditure and to defer the implementation of critical development programs to stabilize our economy. The policy measures required to mobilize necessary revenues have been difficult, but they were our only way and means of escape. Proudly, these sacrifices have paid off. I can now confirm, without fear of any contradiction, that Kenya is safely out of the danger of debt distress and that our economy is on a stable footing.
The president's message, coming on a week his deputy Rigathi Gachagua said the government is committing 70% of its revenues to pay off debt, while National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Professor Njuguna Ndung'u lamented how the government is unable to pay salaries for public officers due to the debt distress and reduced revenues, while the Commission on Revenue Allocation cast doubt on increased revenues, given the Kenya Revenue Authority KRA missed its target by 72 billion shillings in the first quarter of the year.
The price we have paid together and the sacrifices we have made together have rescued our country from an economic catastrophe. After navigating our ways out of the difficult and complicated debt situation, our second action is to accelerate economic progress, which is the cardinal assignment of our generation.
The president told the nation his next focus in the coming year 2024 is economic acceleration, which will be achieved through his latest initiative, Labour Export Abroad, where he is using bilateral ties to seek jobs for skilled Kenyans abroad and heavy investments in the education, agriculture and health sectors.
Our beloved President, Dr. William Ruto, is implementing a radical plan, the Kenya Kwanza plan for socio-economic transformation. For instance, in just a year, Your Excellency, you have laid a firm foundation for socio-economic transformation. In October, you put the nation on course to achieving universal health coverage. Under our President's leadership, we are implementing comprehensive educational reforms through the competency-based curriculum, which we have far-reaching positive implications on our country.
Jamhuri at 60. Tumpe makofi tafadhali.
The affordable housing project, which the president says has employed 121,000 Kenyans, digital jobs in the wards actualized through the TVET centers, monetization of the digital media content, the Hustler Fund, the NSSF Fund, where the state is targeting the expansion of retirement benefits coverage of 15 million Kenyans, stipends to the elderly, and the digitization of the government e-citizen platform as key steps to bolster the economy. The cost of living has been the bane of every Kenyan, putting the state on the spot as the opposition Azimio faults the Ruto administration for failing on the war on corruption, tribalism and punitive taxes heading into the new year 2024. Apol Kamau, TV 47.
From